Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to play around with the Pinky Rose Cosmetics I Said Yes, the Beginning Volume 1 eyeshadow palette. This is such a beautiful palette. I've shared this palette with you guys in one of my PR unboxing videos. I'll go ahead and link that up above for you guys. Right now, it is daytime. I'm filming this in the day for the first time in a very long time, so you guys may or may not hear my kids in the background and traffic. I just have not been posting here on my YouTube channel. I've been taking some time to just kind of relax a little, and I really needed to do so because my body was breaking out in rashes because of the stress that I'm under, and especially with everything going on around the world, I just needed a break, and I went out to visit my family and friends. Some places are lifting their quarantine, and I just felt like it was time for me to, you know, get away from my house, being indoor all the time, and not interacting with somebody on like face to face. So that's what's been going on with me. I'm totally fine though. I am doing much better, and I'm really excited to play around with this palette. It's so beautiful. I just want to share with you guys what it looks like in case you guys did not see my PR unboxing video. Here it is. It is, how many eyeshadows is in here? It's a 30 eyeshadow palette. It's so beautiful, and let me find out how much this retails for. So this palette here retails for $26.99, and I also do have an affiliate code with them, so if you guys do decide to use my code, you guys will get 15% off of your purchase with this palette here. And I also do earn commission based off of you guys using my code, which supports what I do here on my channel, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really means the world to me when you guys do take the time to even watch my videos. And it was in my previous videos, I've been really emotional because it was that time of the month, and just a lot has been on my mind. So it really comes to show me that you guys do care about me, because I received so many messages and just so much support from you guys when I was going through my hard time. So I'm just really grateful to have you guys having my back and supporting me. Without further ado, let's just go ahead, dive into a review of this eyeshadow palette. It also does have a good size mirror in here, and this here is what it looks like. A really cute palette. You close it, it just says Pinky Rose Cosmetics Volume 1 in the front, and the back it says the name, I Said Yes, and this is the beginning. This is a cruelty-free eyeshadow palette. Before we do jump into this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I'm here for you guys every single week with 2 to 3 videos. I don't really like setting up a schedule for my videos because I do have 2 kids and I have to shuffle around a lot of things around my household, so I do get 2 to 3 videos here on my channel. The last week, like I mentioned, I did have to take a little break for myself. Be sure to subscribe for more beauty related videos. I do a lot of hair reviews, a lot of eyeshadow looks, and just product reviews. So I would love to have you be a part of the 7,000 currently here on my channel. I can't believe I am at 7,000 subscribers, and hopefully I'm on my way to 10,000, which is my goal for this year. So please help me get there, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into a review.
No, I'd rather be waking up with you, set up alone in your room, slept with the light on, waiting up for you. I don't wanna be.
I'm going to start off by using my Benefit Boing Concealer as my base for my eyeshadow. I've been using the what do you call it? The primer from Pretty Vulgar that we received in last month's BOXYCHARM. But I don't know, there's something like about that primer that I'm not, like, I love how tacky it feels, but at the same time it's like kind of too sticky. I don't know. So I'm kind of sticking to what I've been doing and have been doing for like years, and just using whatever concealer I have. And both of my eyebrows look completely different. I know this one, I don't know why it came out like perfect, and this one was just like, I'm not getting along with the other one. I still like both of them, but they're different. Like, they look very different. You can see my actual brow hairs in this one, and it looks more like not natural, because obviously this is a little bit too much for natural. But like, I like when you can see the brow hairs, you know what I mean? I am going to have a little mini tutorial on my Instagram. I'll go ahead and link that down below in the description box if you guys want to see how I came about this eyebrow here. And I've never played with this eyeshadow palette. It's my very first time. I'm not really sure what I want to do. There's just so much to do with this palette. I think it's a perfect palette for a makeup artist because you can do a lot of bridal looks with this, and also like if you are going to be doing like nighttime glam, I think this is just perfect. But I have not played with it, so I can't judge it too much until I dive in further into this palette. I do want to make more. I'll probably do more looks on my Instagram, so be sure to follow me on my Instagram. All of my social media handles are down below in the description box. Okay, so for my transition color, I really like this color right here. I think it is very, very beautiful. And that one is a color that I think you can use with a lot of different looks that you're going to be doing in this palette. So I kind of want to get a feel for it. Let's see if it looks as pretty on the eye as it does in the palette. I'm using a pretty fluffy brush because I kind of want to take this eyeshadow very subtle and blend it upwards. I haven't been doing cut creases lately, and I think that that's what I want to do today with these colors here, and to see how intense they build up. So far this one is very beautiful. You can use it very lightly, and I'm trying to see if it builds up, which I am kind of seeing that it is. So I'm mostly adding the eyeshadow to the crease and then slowly blending it upwards. Now moving on to the next color, what do I want to do? I'm going to be going into this shade right here. I'm going to back up so you guys can see where it is inside of the palette. This one's a little bit darker than the previous eyeshadow. Well, actually, it looks a lot darker in the palette, so hopefully it does appear the same way on the eye. I'm going to place this right into the crease area. It's appearing really subtle on the eye. Hopefully I can build it up, but let me just place it in here. I am experiencing some kickback and some fallout on my eye. I don't know if you guys can see it right here. Not a big deal because of course I don't have any foundation on, and that is the reason I always apply my my foundation last, because I like to have my makeup look very clean and really nice. So are we seeing it there? Like you can see it, it's just very subtle and it's not really building up. So I'm going to be diving into a deeper shade, hopefully that we can deepen up the crease area. I'm going to go back in with the previous brush that I used, and I'm just going to start to blend the edges out so that I don't have any harsh lines and everything is really well blended. I'm going to grab my powder brush and just dust off this fallout that I had right here. I'm going to move on to some plum kind of colors because I think the plums are very pretty in here, and I hope that they show up like they do in the pans. I kind of want to go into this one right here, and I'm going to use the same exact brush that I used to apply the other one. So with this color, I'm going to raise up my eyebrow and just really focus right into the crease area. Are we seeing it? It looks really dark in the pan and it's not appearing that way on the eye. I've played around with quite a few Pinky Rose eyeshadow palettes, and what I've realized is that if you want to get the intensity on the eye, you have to apply the darker shades first, because stupid car. Anyway, if you want to get the intensity that you desire, then you have to apply the darker shades first, because you have that base that's kind of sticky, and it'll apply, the pigment will apply to that base, and then you can start to blend out. But in this case, I just wanted to do something kind of subtle, but like at the same time very glam. So I'm just kind of working with these eyeshadows to see how they build up against each other. Do we see a difference from the last one and from the last eyeshadow in this one? I'm not really seeing it, but so again, going back in with the first brush that I used and then making sure everything is well blended, dusting off any fallout. I'm continuing to go in with that eyeshadow and just try to build up on it a little bit more right in here, because this is where we're going to be cutting the crease. I'm starting to see it more. How about you guys? I'm pretty happy with how that's looking. Now for the lid space on, let me cut the crease first. Again, I'm going to go back into the Benefit Boing Concealer, and I'm just going to be applying it to the lid like that. And then I'm going to clean it up with my detailed brush. I always have this one linked down below in my description box. You can pick this up from your local Michaels. I know that Michaels is starting to open up now. Well, mine already opened up. I don't know about you guys. Let me know down below if your guys' stores in your city are opened, and are you guys shopping yet? Now that I have like the guide right there, I'm gonna just start to fill in the rest of the eye with the concealer. I do kind of have it right in here, but that's okay. We can just go in with a brush and just go over that. I'm really liking this color right here from the palette, and I kind of want to apply this all over the lid. Let's see how that looks though, because I always end up applying a different shade after the first one. So for this shimmer, I'm going to be spraying it with a setting mist, and just so that the pigment of this shimmer doesn't start to fall onto my face, and that we get that shimmer and that sparkle to like just so that we have that shimmer and sparkle like really pop through. I'm going to begin to apply this onto the eyelid, just packing it on before I start to swipe. And then just like I said before, I always end up going with a different color, which is what I'm going to be doing. I kind of want to see how this purplish color looks. It looks a lot deeper in person than it does on camera, but I'm going to go into that one and hopefully it blends in well with the other one. With this one, I'm not going to be applying any spray. Maybe I should, but we'll see. I'm going to apply it right next to that other color and just pack it on, and then you can start to swipe. Okay, now that I have my eye looking like this, I'm going to go into this black shade right in here. Maybe I should take a smaller brush. Okay, I'm going to take this black shade right here, and I'm using a Sigma E36 brush. I'm going to begin by packing it into that outer corner right in here, and then slowly blending it upwards. Right into that crease area. Once I've done that, I'm going to go back into this previous color that I used right here, and I'm going to work the outer edges of that black. You guys can see I am experiencing some fallout right there. I'm going to have to take some of that black on the same brush that I'm using with that maroonish color, and I'm going to start to kind of try to diffuse these outer edges, because I don't know about the darker shades in this palette, they're not really blending all that well. Like, I'm trying to add, like, I literally am dipping into that black shade right now, and you guys can see it on my brush, and no matter how I'm like applying it, it's not really, I don't know, it's not really like doing anything, you know? You guys can see it all right here. It's just not sticking to the eye. Like, I'm starting to see that it's getting really patchy in this area. What is this right here? Look at that area. So patchy. Okay, so this eye, I'm like really losing my patience. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't want to like give up on this palette completely because it's very, very pretty. I'm gonna go in with a primer. This is the Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow primer, and like I said, this is very kind of like sticky, and I think I need that stickiness for these eyeshadows to really stick onto. So I'm going to go into this eye area, and I'm going to start to play around with the darker shades from the palette. You guys are going to probably start hearing my kids because I'm taking a little bit longer than I should with this palette. And I'm going to start with the darkest shades that I should have probably... We'll see if it works. Anyway, to deepen up the crease, I was going into this shade right here. So we're going to start off with that shade. And I'm using a Sigma E27 detailed blending brush. But I feel like this brush is perfect for packing on. You can't even see this color on this side, like it's not even there. So let's hope that everything blends out well and that we're able to work with this palette, you know? I probably should have applied a primer instead of concealer. So now I'm going to just start to kind of blend out the outer edges very lightly. Like that. And then what color did I use after that? Okay, so I used, oh shit, I just dove my nail into this color, shit. So I'm going to go into that shade, where is it again? That one right there. And I'm just going to work the outer edges. Now I'm taking that first shade that I used as my transition, which is this one right here. And I'm going to be applying that on top of the other ones and just diffusing this. I'm just going back in here and kind of getting that pigment back into the crease area and blending out again. And now I'm going to go into the concealer once again. I'm going to go into that shade that I have previously mentioned to you guys, the one that I have right here. I'm going to spray it and I'm going to begin to pack it on. And now I'm going to go in, oh shit, my now I'm going to go into this shade right here and I'm going to apply it to the outer edge. I'm going to take a fluffy brush this time instead of using that tiny brush that I used previously, and I'm taking that black shade and applying it right in this outer edge right here. So there's that eye. Wow, what a freaking difference. Look, I use the same exact colors, just different techniques. So basically, this has taught you and I both a lesson. I love the fact that I can share what works best with certain eyeshadow palettes. Like, I've tried this exact technique that I used with other eyeshadow palettes and it worked. So I don't like basing my thoughts off of like a first impression video. If you guys watch my first impression videos, it's just like what I first think of the palette. But once you start to play around with it and use it, you get to learn more about the product and what works best for it, and what, like for instance, this eyeshadow primer worked better for this type of palette than a concealer because this is a lot more tacky, and also you get to apply that pigment directly onto the primer to have it to stick on, opposed to like subtly blending and blending. The blending just would probably work best with a more subtle look, but I wanted to intensify this look so that I can have that intense cut crease, as you guys can see. So that's kind of what worked better. Look at this. It looks extremely patchy, and on this side it looks very pretty, very blended. And I'm sorry if this was more of a long video than what you guys probably wanted to watch. But I wanted to make sure that I left it in here so that you guys can get an idea of not every single eyeshadow is the same. The formulas are very different, and you just have to play around with it and don't give up just because it looks like this when you guys first try it out. Dude, I'm sick of living next to a freaking airport on a big street. Goals, move out, move out. I need to move out of here as soon as possible. I'm so tired of living here, but anyway, you guys, like I was saying, I don't want you guys to think that just because I make beauty videos and you guys usually just see my videos and they look really good, like with my makeup, I don't want you guys to think that I don't constantly make mistakes. It's taken me a long time to get to where I am, and it's taken a lot of mistakes to get to where I am, and I still make mistakes till this day. I'm only human. I'm only learning as I go, and if you guys ever bump into a situation like this, I don't want you guys to think that you guys are not good enough or you guys could never do the same looks that I can, because yes, you can. You certainly can. Don't feel like... I just want to be here to encourage you guys to continue to learn, and you're only going to keep getting better as you practice your makeup skills. So I'm going to quickly do off of camera this eye right here. I'm going to take it off and then do it all over again, because this is how you should play around with this palette here. You use an eye primer and you have to start with the darker shades first. I'm pretty sure that if I use the more subtle shades, I wouldn't bump into this situation, but since I intensified it, that was my mistake. So I'll be right back. I'm going to do this other eye off camera, and then I'll work on the lower part of the eye with you guys. Okay, so I did my other eye off of camera, and now I'm going to be grabbing the Laura Mercier Sienna Caviar Eye Stick color, and I'm going to be applying this. This is actually supposed to be applied all over the eye, but I'm going to be applying it underneath. I'm going to be applying it to my waterline. This matches this lid color so perfectly. And then for the next shade, I'm going to take this color right here. I'm going to be applying it right underneath that caviar stick that I used. Isn't it crazy how I use the same exact shades and I got two completely different looks? And then at the outer corner right here, I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to go into this shade right here. I'm going to be applying it right underneath, right here. Alright, so now I'm done with the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara, some lashes, the rest of my face, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a very different video because I usually just, I guess, post my videos based on how it turns out. Sometimes I don't end up posting my videos at all because I hate how my eyeshadow turns out. But since I made the mistake of applying the eyeshadow the way I did on this eye at first, I wanted to make sure that I was able to try something else out and see if it worked, which I'm so happy that it did on this eye. So I just repeated the same thing over here, and the final outcome was I'm really happy with how this look turned out. It's very beautiful. I'm really happy with this eyeshadow palette for my first impression type of video. I'm going to continue to play around with the other shades. So far, I think that I just have to understand that not every eyeshadow palette is going to perform exactly the same with the same exact products. For instance, usually the technique that I did on this eye, like I said already, usually works with my concealers, but I needed an eyeshadow primer to get this final outcome. So again, don't give up if you do not succeed the first time. Just continue to play around with whatever eyeshadow palettes you guys have. If you guys did enjoy this eyeshadow palette, I'll have it linked down below in my description box so that you guys can purchase it. And again, I do have an affiliate code with Pinky Rose Cosmetics. You guys can use my discount code Tracy, and that'll save you 15% off of your purchase with anything that you guys decide to purchase from Pinky Rose Cosmetics. So again, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys find yourselves in a great state of mind, and that slowly but surely we're gonna get through all of the chaos that is going around the world, and hopefully we find justice for everyone, every color, and that this has just been an eye-opening experience for everyone in my generation and future generations, because we have definitely made history. And yeah, it's just been a very, we're just living in a very different world. So I will leave you guys here. I hope you guys had the chance to subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!